Most of us have seen the wonder that All right, everybody, I think we are here. Are we back on?
I think so.
Yep.
Start off.
I heard your voice. So
you heard my voice. That's good.
Yep.
That's good. Hey, we are a step up from the last time we did this. Of course, what I'm not telling you is that the last time we did Sci-Fi Friday live, I went on with my mic muted. So, and I'm just rattling off, man. I'm killing it. And like, I'm getting messages from B5 Babe, who by the way is in the chat, and Jimmy and a bunch of, there's no sound, dude. Where's the sound? I'm like, sound with it. And I'm like, I look down, that light's just blinking, like about to give me a stroke. It's blinking so fast. So anyway, happens to the best of us. But want to give a shout out to the folks that have braved the weather to tune in tonight. We're getting thunderstorms over here. There's no telling what the Reverend's getting. I know that Goldar is not too far from me, so he's probably getting them too. But thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, the B5 Babe is here. Let's see if there's anybody. I don't see anybody else just yet, but hey, if you are and we can't see you, welcome. If you like what you see, please leave a like and share this video all around the interwebs and the socials. And if you are so inclined, please jump over to our YouTube page and like and subscribe to it as well. We're trying to grow our presence on that platform, so please help us do that if you can. Finally, I want to remind everyone that Fanboys 918 has partnered with another distribution outlet for our content. They're an OTT, that's an over-the-top service similar to Roku. It's called Audacity TV. If you've got a smart TV or a Fire Stick or something like that, you can find their app, you can download it, and you can watch us there. They're fairly new, but they've been running our content for a few months now, and we have been fortunate enough to be part of this initial rollout of their app. They are, I think, right now for the foreseeable future, carrying kind of our best segments of this program. Believe it or not, there are those. They're our best of segments. Mr. Narwhal's been gracious enough to
Not blooper segments, just best of segments.
yes.
There'd be too many bloopers. I mean, I don't think I think they would reach the end of the internet if they were to play all of our bloopers. So.
And I should have been saving those, but it's like one more thing to edit and cut together.
It's true. It's true.
But Mr. Narwhal's been gracious enough to sift through the Fanboys 918 protected archives that we store in an undisclosed location that was once a former salt mine and fallout shelter. And he's made that journey, and he's come back with some pearls that are now streaming on Audacity TV. Now, in addition to this show, they're also carrying segments of the Talking Geek, which I know they have at least 6 or 8 episodes of that up. And they're also carrying a programming block that Goldar has been managing for us. Goldar, you want to talk about what you're producing for us?
Yeah, so I produce Fanboys Nightcrawlers. I release a new episode every Sunday. I basically I usually play a horror game, but right now I'm kind of playing a horror type action game called Days Gone, where you play Deacon St. John. He's a former motorcycle chapter member who is riding across the post-apocalyptic landscape after the world has been taken over by freakers, which are basically fast-moving zombies, on his quest to find out if his wife is alive or not. Spoiler alert, if you've been watching so far, you found out, yes, that is the case. But you also find out more things about what's going on. And in one of the most latest episodes, we find out that his wife, she actually was involved in how the freakers came to be.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yes, it is a bit unfortunate. So she is now trying to rectify that mistake to try to find a cure, but having some hiccups with that. So we'll see how that pans out.
I Am Legend or this game?
What's that?
Which came first, this game or I Am Legend?
I Am Legend definitely came first.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was based on what the was it a book or a movie?
Yeah,
Omega
the book came
Man?
out. The book came out in the 50s. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. So
I'm just saying the game has a little bit of elements there from I Am Legend.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, it definitely does. This is definitely inspired by it to a degree. But yeah, it's a great game so far. You definitely have to give it some time to let the story evolve and the gameplay get a little bit better. A lot of people will probably drop it within the first probably 5-10 hours of playing it, but you have to push through that to get to the really good part, because it's the way that they handle the hordes in this game that you have to fight is unlike any other handling of hordes that I've ever seen before. It's a sight to behold, and the weapons that you give you to do it, and the strategies and the environments, depending on where you're fighting to fight those hordes, make the game definitely worth it, especially towards the end.
So now I know one thing that you've kind of brought up during the game the whole time is that your excitement on the ability to improve upon your motorcycle and stuff. Now, is that it ever get to a point where basically you've maxed out your motorcycle, or did you ever hit that point, or were you able to pretty much upgrade it all the way to the end?
Yeah, you can continue to upgrade it till close to the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could probably do it earlier, just depending on how much you collect as far as money goes.
Yeah.
Of course, if you're collecting bounties, which is killing freakers and collecting their ears.
Right.
If you're collecting meat, so like if you kill a bear or a wolf or a deer in the game, you can collect their meat for money. Or if you complete tasks like side quests, killing certain nefarious characters in the game that the camp wants you to do, or other kind of quests and things like that, you earn money and trust points in those camps, and you can redeem those for purchasing motorcycle parts or heavier weapons.
Awesome.
Hey, so I have a question. I got a question for you, Goldar. So I was telling one of the guys that I was at the gym with about Nightcrawlers and Days Gone, and telling about the motors, everything that the Reverend just brought up. And I told him also that, that you mentioned that you really need to do the side quests, if you want to power up enough. But the question they had for me, because he's like, man, I can't remember if I've played that or not. In this game, do you have to, like, once you've collected enough stuff, do you have to, does it basically say, hey man, your saddlebag's full, you got to go dump this somewhere, or you have to go take this stuff back to base?
If you've collected too many freaker ears after killing a ton of them, it will tell you that, or it basically won't allow you to pick up any more.
Yeah.
But you'd have to go redeem them at a camp, any camp that you're close to, and then you can go back and then pick them up from that area again.
Okay, well, no, he was talking about like you know, he was.
It's not like a bag of holding. It just
right. Well, and that's exactly because he couldn't remember if he played this or not. Because I guess he played a game that sounded similar to it. Because he said he kept getting frustrated because he's used to having a bag of holding, and like eventually, like you can't pick up any more weapons, dude. Your bag's full. And so,
yeah, so it is kind of like that. Like,
okay,
you can only have one primary and one secondary weapon at a time. You have a gun locker that you can access at some of the different camps, not only the camps that you that function where you go and do your missions at, but like when you destroy what's a good word for I guess marauder camps, which are where you run missions, or the Nero facilities where you get your health and stamina upgrades. They all have gun lockers in them, so you can swap out whatever guns that you have unlocked in the game if you want, and then restock the ammo. Or when you kill people, you can just pick up their guns or whatever that you want and just carry those. That's kind of what I did about the middle of the game. Like there was one character that I killed that had a heavy machine gun that I hadn't unlocked yet. So I just picked it up and I just kept it the whole time, and I just kept refilling my ammo for it, and then just kept using it until I could unlock it, and then it was in my gun locker.
Okay.
At that point. But yeah, you're limited. You can't just carry like multiple different primary weapons and secondary weapons. You're limited to carrying one primary and one secondary at a time.
Okay.
So what was your favorite weapon during the game? If I remember correctly, you've stated you've already finished it, and you're just releasing the videos now. So, what was your favorite weapon?
So, I take it back. You can carry 3 different guns. You can carry a sidearm pistol. You can carry a lighter machine gun, and you can carry a heavier machine gun. I'm trying to remember the names of them, but there's a primary rifle that I carry. If you destroyed all the marauder camps, it had a suppressor built into it. So you could go anywhere in the game, and you could, because the cool part about this game is when you finish all the marauder camps and kill all the hordes and things like that, you can actually reset everything. So if you want to do all of that stuff over again, just because it's fun, you can do that if you want.
Nice.
So you can earn all of those weapons back, reset everything, and then go try them out on all the hordes and things that you came across. Cool. So I liked the suppressed weapon because I could just take out an entire camp of people without alerting anybody.
Right.
And then there was a heavier machine gun that I use. I think it was called the RFP, I think. But it's got stopping power, like some serious stopping power. So those are probably my 2 favorite weapons. All
right. And so the name of this segment is what now? When's it air?
It's Fanboys Nightcrawlers, and I update every Sunday.
That's right. Awesome. And I believe the segments that are running on Audacity are from the Resident Evil remake that you used to roll out Nightcrawlers. If that's right, is that right?
Yes, the Resident Evil, and then I just uploaded to Audacity the folder, The Last of Us Part 2, like the first 10 episodes of that.
All right. So
are you going to be uploading God of War as well?
Yes, I will be uploading God of War.
Awesome.
And
tons of things to watch, people.
Yeah, and I'll run Audacity, and you can also see these on our YouTube page as well. And I'm not sure how often Audacity updates their playlist, but again, we'll have Resident Evil up there. We're going to have Last of Us, and obviously God of War. So if you folks are interested in revisiting those or checking it out for the first time, you can find it over there on Audacity or on our YouTube channel. Now, one thing that you cannot find on our YouTube channel or on Audacity TV is a little block of programming that we normally run on Friday evenings, but this weekend we've decided to change it up. We've rebranded it, the little segment that we're doing a special live presentation, a long form marathon event, almost a Fanboys 918 convention, if you will. And Reverend, you got the graphic for that? I believe it's called Sci-Fi Saturday. Or did you want to say that?
I was going to
Well,
Sci-Fi Saturday.
That's right. That's right. Nominators, our Friday night segment that we've been using to revisit the classic 90s series Babylon 5 is going to air Saturday afternoon this week, and for good reason. We've reached one of those parts of the show where it becomes more serialized than normal, and we just felt it wouldn't be fair to make the regular viewers of that show have to wait for the payoff of these particular episodes from week to week the way we had to back in the day.
In the snow,
in
uphill both ways,
and,
with no shoes.
And we had to fast forward through the commercials on the VHS tape.
If you waited that long, sometimes you just had to watch it with the commercials.
Yeah.
Imagine that, people. The horror. The horror.
The pain. The pain. So starting at 1 p.m. this Saturday, July 23rd, we are airing a 4-episode block of some of the best Babylon 5 episodes of the series. Fans of the show and those who've been following us know what point of the series that we've reached. You've guessed it. We are airing Messages from Earth, Point of No Return, Severed Dreams, and Ceremonies of Light and Dark in kind of a curated marathon type format. And you know, to really bring the appropriate amount of gravitas to this event, the War Council is reassembling to offer their thoughts of each episode as they roll out. I know that the B5 Babe is going to be there. Goldar is going to be there. The Reverend's going to be. We're going to have a lot of folks in there. We're going to have some special guests too. As always, we'll be in the live chat, taking and making comments and just having a grand old time celebrating Babylon 5. And to sort of give everyone a taste, I've kind of prepared a little promo trailer. Reverend, did I get that to you? Can you get that queued up?
Yeah, I've got it queued up. You talk about the countdown timer. That
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I've got that play. I've got that queued up and ready to go.
Let's give a little taste of. I mean, this is more of a promo. It's not a trailer per se, because there's no material from these episodes in it because I didn't want to spoil it.
Now, are we going to play the whole thing, or you just want to play the first minute? So
yeah, let's just
come back
that.
and get the. All right,
yeah,
all right. So this is our B5 for Sci-Fi Saturday that we're going to play the first minute of. You got to come back on Saturday to catch the rest of it. So here we go.
The Babylon Project was our last best hope for peace. It failed.
Commander Sinclair will not be returning to Babylon 5. He's being reassigned permanently.
As I look at you, Ambassador Mallory, I see a great hand reaching out of the stars.
The dogmas of the quiet past are inadequate to the stormy present. We cannot escape history. We will be remembered in spite of ourselves.
I want to see the Centauri stretch forth their hand.
And that was the first minute of the trailer, people. So you got to come back. I know it wasn't a full minute. I thought I tried to get in on a good kind of cut point right there, but we tried to do as best we could. So anyway,
we can't give everything away.
Exactly.
My gosh.
Exactly.
So, but if you like that and you want to see more, tune in Saturday, July 23rd, 1 p.m. for Reverend.
Sci-Fi Saturday.
That's right. So internet bandwidth and everything else willing, technology willing, we will get this thing banged out. So with all that shilling out of the way, let's get down to business. And unfortunately, that business is an RIP. We have two of them, but the first one's a big one. Now, this is not a new one, but since we were on the air last, actor James Caan has passed away. I believe he was 82, I believe.
82.
82. Yep. And Sonny Corleone, folks, has shuffled off this mortal coil.
Again, because he didn't live through that bullet shooting. That's for dang sure.
Yeah.
But he took it. He took it like a man.
He did. He took it like a man. All right. But that's the funny thing. He was everybody remembers him as Sonny Corleone. I'll forever know him as Brian Piccolo in Brian's song.
Oh yeah.
I checked it at one point and they said it wasn't.
I couldn't tell you what it is at this point.
The warm fuzzies for Saturday. Oh, looks like we're back on.
Hopefully that, what's going on there? Oh, that